me olvidó, coño. TDS in the house. What's going on? How you doing, man? I burned my finger as usual. No doubt. I would imagine you got mostly everything on auto pay. That's what I got. I think I got to make some adjustments to a few of my credit cards where it could pay. I think there's a couple settings. You could have it pay the minimum, or you could have it pay like the full thing, like a percentage. I like to pay them all um, in full. I don't think I never intentionally paid a late fee on a credit card. I made a mistake before and forgot to pay once, but yeah, I like to get that cash back. I got a reminder up there. Check that out, TDS. You see, that's a credit card or a bill from Sephora. I took Baby Z Christmas shopping last week. These young, they love that Sephora. That's like a trend, and I got to put it up there to remind me. I tried to pay it yesterday, but the credit card still didn't come in yet. So I guess I got to wait for the credit card to come in, and like that, I could punch in the numbers online and then pay it. Yeah. Yeah, now, every time we go to the mall, I could, she loves, that's her favorite store. So I'll take her over there to, get something. And then I'll get a credit card. Next credit card I'll get, maybe I could find a store where I could get her some nice, like clothing for girls. A grace period, APR. I'm not sure. But I always pay it on time. It's only been like a week, so I got enough time for it to go through the cycle. Yeah, grace period. It's like they forgive you. Yeah. I have a daughter that's planning on buying a house soon. I'm trying to help her. Um, I was contemplating. I don't know if I want to go this route, but I was thinking about maybe going on a half. Me and her being a partner on a property, whether it be a two, most likely to be a two unit. It could be a 2 to 4 unit. Um, if we hold it for 2 years, we could always sell it. Worst case scenario, we hold it for 2 years. If I feel it's like not a good fit, we could sell it in 2 years, and then long as the market went up, we could, gain from the profits. The only question that I have is, actually, I was just reading it right now. So I'm reading this book right now, Real Estate Investing for Dummies. It's funny that I was just thinking about this and it popped up on here. But from what I understand, if you live in a house and you never collected no rent, it's a single family house, you live in there for 2 years, you sell it, you don't have to pay no capital gains on the proceeds. Now, what I think, if it's a duplex, it's a 2 unit, let's just act like it's just me for now. If I bought a duplex, owned it for 2 years, and then I sold it after 2 years, I don't think the rules are going to be the same. I think there's going to be a percentage, and I think it's 60%. I think they're gonna give me a 60% exclusion from the tax benefits, and then I would have to pay 40% of the gains. I would be taxed on long-term capital gains. But I don't know. Again, I don't know if I want to do that with her, because I feel like lately, I don't know if she's ready for it, and I kind of don't. That's a strategy that people do, though. I know people who do that. Not a lot of people, but I know this lady, that's definitely her strategy. She buys a fixer-upper, stays in it for 2 years, sells it. She does that every 2 years, and she never pays capital gains. Obviously that wouldn't work for everybody. Everybody's situation is different. But I think it might work for me and my daughter, since, I think it'd be a good way for her to get her foot in the door. And then, if the market goes up in 2 years, I can make a little profit. Or maybe she could just buy me out. So you all trying to let her live in it? Yeah, she's looking for her own place. I'm trying to help her get her own house. Showing her the ropes. She already got the work history, and she got the decent credit score. She's just lacking the down payment and the closing costs. She's going to get an income tax check soon. So that's going to help her. I told her we could just save money for 6 more months if we need to. But I want her to get a conventional loan. I don't want her to get a FHA loan, because the FHA loan, you get stuck with the PMI insurance over the whole course of the loan. With a conventional loan, if she only puts 3% down, once she reaches the 80% loan to value, something like that, or 20%. No, once she reaches 20%, she could get the PMI dropped off, and I think that's way better of a deal. FHA for people who's more thirsty, their credit score is jacked up. They have bare minimum to get started. Yeah, 20%. I put 20% on mine's, 20 or 25. So I went in the door with no PMI. And I got a nice amount of equity in there right now for an emergency, or I want to pull it out, refinance. I think the only time I'll refinance that property is when the market, when the interest rates get better. I got one with a mortgage, and I got one that's clear, debt free. This is why it's ideal to come to the table with 20% to prevent the. Yeah, for sure. But like I said, even if she gets a conventional loan instead of the FHA, you're paying that PMI for life, and so you pay the whole 30 years off, or whatever terms you get. With a conventional loan, 5 years, 7 years, even whatever, if it takes her 10 years to get caught up to hit that 20%, she could drop it off. But like I told her, a FHA worst case scenario is better than paying me rent because she rents for me right now. She got too many dogs. She's crazy with all them damn dogs. I never did no type of partnership like that. How about you, TDS? You ever did a business with somebody? Whether it be your, I know you got a few businesses, you had some, you sold some. I guess we could get an LLC, or it could just be like a sole proprietorship, I guess. Damn, I forgot to make my sweet potatoes. Oh, they're getting the I'm getting the hot water tank installed right now as we speak. I think I showed you, right, TDS? If you're a little busy, bro, don't worry, man. It's all good. I don't know if you were on my live stream when I was showing the hot water tank that I wanted to relocate it. No, you were only there when I was painting. I should have did it before and after. I'd be slacking. But then when you show the before and after, you're gonna have those guys that be like, you should have do it like this, you should do it like that. It's like, man, I don't mind people telling me, giving me ideas of how to do something, but if it's already done, it's already done. You know? I guess it does. I should stop being like so. Don't take it so personal because even though you completed a job and somebody gave you advice, you could still use that advice for later down the road. I don't know if that's called being sensitive or taking it personal or a little bit of both. No worries, you did take your time, bro. I don't know if I just want to finish this fish. Yeah, let's finish him. Warm it back up. It got cold. Talking too much. CDS comes around, I be talking too much. I don't know if you can still hear me, but I like talking to you about it because, sometimes people get mad when you don't do exactly how they suggested. Yeah, but I notice like every time you come around, I like out of everybody that follows me, you kind of give me like, I don't know. Like I feel like I like talking to you about these things because you are, it's like full. It's a suggestion, no doubt. because you always give me good advice, and I know you're a businessman, and you could give me some pointers. And I know you got your like, I'm not saying everybody's haters, but I feel like I could talk to you about these things, and I don't have to feel like you're gonna like you got your own things going on. You get what I'm trying to say to you is. I feel like if I'm talking to other people about these things and they're like in a tough situation, they might be like, bro, you're just being a showboat right now. And maybe there is a little bit of showboating to it, but I should be proud of what I'm doing, what I'm accomplishing. I'm working hard for my stuff. But at least you don't see me like making videos, you know. Sometimes I do want to make videos of things I'm doing, but I feel like that'd be like putting it out there even more. If that makes any sense. I don't know. I hear mixed things, and I might have said this before. Some people say never tell nobody your plans. What you're working on, what you're doing, because that could hinder your progress from like the jealousy and stuff like that. And then some people say, it's good to talk about it because then it's almost like you talk about it and then you make it happen. I mean, if you ask 10 people, they're gonna say 10 different things. No judgment, no hate, and just sharing the little that I know brings others up, not just brag about where we are. No, don't tell plans, show them results. Yeah, that's what I gotta start doing. That makes sense. And I talk to you guys about this, like on social media with like, again, my strange, you guys are strangers with air quotations, but you know what I mean? Like you don't see me like if on my Facebook, I try not to connect with too many people in my area. I don't be like in my neighborhood talking about these things because I feel like the people in my hood, I really don't want them to know what I'm doing. And you guys, I feel like, it's like a different vibe. No doubt, TDS. That's a good way to put it. Yeah. And I do look for advice. Everybody sees things from a different angle. Man, I've been having a runny nose lately, sneezing. Telling a family member that you want to start a gaming YT channel is different than telling a YT creator that you want to do a channel. No doubt. What's up with your flag channel? You stop making those videos? I had this idea for a channel. I'm going to tell you about it right now. Hold up. Let me take my fish out for a burn it. And I think I should do it, man. I think it's a good idea. I was telling my daughter about it. Here I go, saying I'm not going to tell people my plans, but I'm telling you my plans. See, I got to work on that. That's one of my I think that's a problem. Something I need to work on. I don't have somebody to talk to though, like some people at least have like a wife, or a significant other they could talk to about these things. I was gonna make this YT channel about dogs. And what I mean by that is I thought about doing it with babies. I think I got the idea about babies. And then I was like, you know what? People are going to not feel comfortable with their kids, like a stranger coming up to their kids. The hardest money is the first. Yeah, that's what I heard. And then after that, all the compound interest is a lot easier. I don't got that type of money right now. I mean, I got it in assets, so I guess technically I got it, but I'm real honest. If there's one thing I don't sugarcoat, I don't exaggerate. Anyway, I was thinking about creating this YouTube channel where, like, anytime I see a stranger walking their dog, I'm gonna go up to them and ask them if it's okay first. Like, it's gonna be about like meeting new dogs and the owners of their dogs, and having them like give us the name, the breed, how old they are, what it's like owning a dog, and then I could ask them. I could say, hey, you could be in the video, or I could just have your dog in the video. You know, I think it'll be people love dogs. You know what I mean? So it'll be positive, and people like meeting new people and new dogs. And since I'm a truck driver, I could find a lot of people walking their dogs, especially in the summertime. I think it'll be fun. Thanks, TGS. Yep. Destroyed my 20s with getting to 100K, and the rest is automatic. Yeah, I'd make, if there's one thing I give myself credit for, is making sacrifices. Like you, you joined the Navy. No, not the Navy. I don't know if it was the Navy, the Marines. I always forget. I think it was the Marines. That was smart of you. That was a sacrifice, bro. Like you were living over there, you were stacking your money, came back, and you did your thing. Like me, living in a truck, keeping it simple. You know, I don't want to work till I'm 65, bro. I got friends who's traveling and all that. I'm like, I'm good, bro. I went to Egypt to see Cairo. That was like the first time I ever went on a left the country. My mom took me on a cruise. Um, I going to say something else. I mean, if you got it, you got it. You know what I mean? There's a difference between somebody going and spending $3,000 on a trip, who has 100K in the bank just sitting. You know what I mean? Who has money invested? They're making money. Compared to somebody who goes and spends $3,000 on a trip, who don't even have $2,000 in the bank when they get back. Like, and then it just doesn't make sense to me. I can't fathom that. It took a lot of moving parts. The AI voice over and the graphics. I can keep it going, but getting old girl up to thousandaire status is my first goal. That's funny. I almost missed that one. Bro, I got 5 kids, man, and I'm still doing okay. And I be using that against other people with no kids. I be seeing people with no kids like broke. I'm like, man, if I had no kids, bro, but who knows? I probably wouldn't grind as hard. So the kids can make you grind. Excuse me if I'm chewing loud, bro. I be forgetting sometimes. Yeah, for sure. My kids are doing good though. They're all healthy. They all work. 3 of them take care of old people. So I feel like they got the training. They're not a CN. One is a CNA and one is something. 2 of them are similar to a CNA. I'm like, that's good because when I get old, they're gonna have experience taking care of old people. So, but I told them I'm just gonna pay for my own. I'm gonna put myself in a old people home, and they don't have to worry about me. The other day you asked me what I learned. I think I know what you meant by that. You were talking about what I'm learning in RPM. I haven't really learned much, but I mean, I learned a few things. I just haven't been feeling too good to like, you know, I've been feeling sick. Today I feel a little better. No, I did learn. I created my buy box. I can show you my buy box that I created CDS now that I'm live with the laptop. One of my coaches said I had to put more details. I would admit that I was being a little lazy, but I learned a lot. A lot of my time went on learning about the computer because I don't have much computer skills. But this is the buy box I created. I don't know if you can see it. Shit. The reflection in here, I think. I'll read it out to you, but it says, this was my homework right here. To whom it may concern, the following are general. I'll just read it to you, man. It says, to whom it may concern, the following are the general criteria I am looking for in my search for potential real estate investment purchases. Please keep me in mind if you come across something that meets these criteria. Then I had to learn how to do the bulletin dots. Again, like this is my first time ever creating any type of document on a laptop. So not only did I learn how to create a buy box, I learned how to play with, move icons in the taskbar and do this, do that, print it out. Like, I know it's real basic, but I'm still learning. So then, my first bulletin, I got 1, 2, 3, 4. It says location in and around West Seneca, South Buffalo. But that'll be, I should have put New York. I forgot to put New York there. Property type, small multi-family properties with minimum repairs. The third bulletin, property criteria. Although we will consider any size, large or luxury houses will likely not be a good fit. I stole that part from my coach. Well, he gave us a template. So we were able to like copy as much as we wanted, but obviously price range, generally houses below 400,000. And then it says thank you, my name, my phone number, and my email. So my coach said, I should have put like how many bedrooms, how much square feet, things of that nature. But I'm gonna do another one. January 6th is my first call in for the action teams. Man, I don't think we would ever be an expert, bro. Yeah, so basically in the action team, I got to choose what I want to work on because the coaches need to know like who to like group us in, smaller groups. And I told them basically I need help with, the bookkeeping, creating systems, in etc. And then the other one, I picked a buy box again. I felt like I should never pick buy box since I just did one. I could have picked buy a new property, but that doesn't mean I can't get a new property. Yeah. I got to make sure I take action though, because they're going to kick me out the action team. Do you all evaluate other members' work? We're in Circle. I don't know if are you familiar with Circle? It's the app that a lot of coaches are using. This app right here. Anyway, it's called the Circle app. I don't know if you can see it. I got a shitty light in here today. But yeah, you could go on there. We could see other people's work, get feedback. We're supposed to help each other out. I've been doing okay, but I could be doing better. you know. Yeah, we could collaborate. They got a link up in North Carolina like next month. I couldn't afford to go. Yeah, Circle is an app where you could like teach people and do collaborations and do coaching. Damn, I was gonna say something I forgot. Anyway, bro, I'm gonna get off here. I'm gonna keep on driving. I guess I got 4 people in here. Ain't nobody else typing though. I think I got some down low followers. NDT in the house. What's going on? My buddy from Tennessee. Hope you're doing well, bro. I'm actually gonna end now though. I'm gonna keep on trucking. Take care, NDT. Good seeing you, man. Long time YouTube friend. Happy holidays to everybody. And guess I'll see you next time. Peace out. Thanks, TDS and NDT.